I call the city board meeting for July 8th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. is the session. We now are in session for our July meeting. First thing on the agenda as always is our invocation and pledge. I don't see our junior alderman here, so I'll leave there. May we bow. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you humble as we know how once again. Thank you for your blessings and asking for your mercy and grace as we move forward in this community. Help us to find a way to come together, work together, be together, survive and live through the changes, the challenges, and opportunities for our community. We think about our neighbors in Texas and the floods that are happening even as we speak. So we ask your blessing and mercy upon them and our neighbors all throughout West Tennessee and this great state of Tennessee. As we continue to work and strive together for the good of your kingdom, not that of our own, we ask you for these blessings and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. May we stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next, there was some concerns in our last meeting about where to public comments, in the order of, on the agenda. So we moved up, the request of the community to move them up to the beginning of the meeting, the ordinances that we have on the agenda tonight all have a public hearing involved in each one is 1037, 1038, 1039, and 1041. No, this is the first three, second reading. All right, so are there at this time, are there any comments about anything that's on the agenda for tonight? Okay. All right, well, we'll go back to the other one. All right,
agendas that we get to look at or anything?
well, this agenda, the same on the screen.
Okay.
Which you can't see, but.
All right, yes,
Can't see it all.
you can't see it all.
Just,
Yeah.
one second, take a look at that agenda.
How about that?
Yeah. Simple. Give it 30 seconds.
Yeah. That's what you point out, Ms. Bachelor. If people make a request, you can do a public comment at the end. I don't have a problem with it.
So, Mr. Mayor, would you entertain a motion to move tonight to move the public comments to the end?
Yes.
So I move that, we move the public comments, 2-minute public comments to the end of the meeting tonight.
Yes, I remove motion in a second. Okay. And discussions about why or how from the Alderman, why we got here. Okay, hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by sign of aye. Those opposed,
I
nay.
need my agenda back. Thanks, sir.
All right, so now we have the approval of the minutes from our regular meeting June 10th, 2025, and our special call meeting June 26th, 2025. Are there any questions, concerns from the Alderman about the minutes? Well, hearing none, let's call for the motion. I'm sorry. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes from the special call meeting and our regular meeting from June 10th?
Motion.
Wait a second. A second. Second. All right, now, are there any questions, concerns, or corrections? None, no discussion on the minutes, okay. Let's call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. All right, minutes approved for both meetings. Ordinance number 1037. This is on the second reading. This was on the ordinance, ordinance 1037, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Thank you, Mayor, and members of the board. Good evening, everybody. This is basically an ordinance that came forth as a result of the Haywood Next Future Land Use Plan that the Planning Commission and the city adopted. Basically, all this does is provide some landscaping provisions for our corridors, main corridor. And the main one they talked about initially and the plan was State Route 76. So these regulations do, they are overlay district, that basically calls for vegetation, not trees, just shrubs and things of that nature to be planted along the thoroughfare, State Route 76 from I would say the bypass all the way down to the interstate, and that's all you have there. And basically you have access management provisions in there as well, where we call for shared access to businesses, future businesses that will be located along the corridor. And it has a sign provision that only allows for monument signs. That's it.
Okay,
Any questions?
okay. Also, at this time, we close out our session, go into a public hearing session, on the second reading of ordinance number 1037. Are there any questions or comments on ordinance number 1037 during our public comment period for this ordinance only?
So is this ordinance gonna also mandate what kind of signs and stuff they're putting up?
Yes, this monument signs only.
Okay, so nothing that's gonna look hideous or?
No, right, no billboards, no gigantic signs, just ground signs.
Any other questions or comments on ordinance number 1037? Okay, hearing none, we'll close our public session, go back into our session. All right, you've heard the public comments, you heard the presentations of ordinance 1037 on the second read. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Yes.
Been moved and properly second. Are there discussion or questions concerning from all? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Okay. Same procedure with ordinance number 1038. Amendment of municipal zoning ordinance, add section 3.10 on the second reading. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. This is simply a newer mixed-use district. The planning commissioners felt it necessary to have a more upscale mixed use than the one existing that we have now, mixed-use zoning district. And that is to accommodate future mixed-use developments that's proposed on our corridors and things of that nature. And so what this essentially does is it takes out certain uses and allows for others. This will be primarily from a residential standpoint. You'll have single-family detached townhouses, condominiums, and apartments only. Certain other aspects to multifamily have been omitted from this particular ordinance. It does allow for hotels as well. And that's essentially it with this particular ordinance. The same commercial uses are synonymous with the existing mixed use district that we have. But they felt like they wanted a more upscale district, and that's it. Any questions?
No, I think you covered what we need to do for now. At this time, we close out our session, and we go into our public comment and hearing session, on ordinance number 1038, mixed use zone. Are there any questions or comments from the community? Okay. Hearing none, we'll close out our public session, go back in our session. At this time, I'd like to, do I hear a motion on ordinance number 1038? Motion, do I hear a second?
Sir.
Moving properly second, discussion.
Hey, Mr. Merle, just one question. So the duplexes are out, as we discussed.
And triplexes.
And triplexes. So when we talk about townhouses, did you say detached?
No, townhouses are attached.
Okay,
They are.
so up.
You can go up, but you just can't go.
That's good. All right, thanks, sir. Yeah.
All right, are there any other questions or concerns from all before we call for the vote? And then we'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. Okay. That takes care of ordinance number 1038. Now we're on to ordinance number 1039 in the second reading.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. This is merely access control for commercial access and industrial access as well as residential access. What we have in our zoning ordinance now is missing information as it relates to the amount of feet for access points. And for state routes, it's 40 feet and stuff like that. And so what we've done is taking what TDOT has basically promulgated, and we basically incorporated into the zoning ordinance. So you can have 2 access points per 100 linear feet and things of that nature. 20 feet access point in NPO districts, and it's up to 40 in commercial and industrial districts. But this ordinance also, what it does is there's not any specificity with regard to the pavement of driveways. And so what this also does is basically, it puts a requirement on paving driveways. So for the first 100 feet from the street right away towards the proposed edifice or building, that surface has to be either concrete or paved. So, there was some talk about some certain developments as far as residents not having a concrete or asphalt driveway. So what this does is ameliorate or make better regarding the existing regulations by providing specificity in those departments. So that's pretty much it. You have any questions?
No, I do want to, remind everybody, these all received positive recommendations from the planning commissions and before we went to the first reading. Okay, at this time, we close out our session, go to the public comment session, or questions or comments from the public on second reading for orders number 1039. Okay, hearing none, we'll close out our public session, go back in our session. At this time, do I hear a motion on orders number 1039? Make motion. Motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Move second, okay, discussions and questions. Okay. Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by the sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. Those opposed, nay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ordinance number 1041 on the first reading. Ms. Baxter, you want to give us the handout for this particular order?
This particular ordinance would increase our court costs from current price of $130 to $150. We are having an increase in fees from the state. This came down by, ordinance, so this would just increase our court costs from the $130 to the $150. So right now, our fees are as follows. For the new fee house, the municipal fee will go from $1 to $2. E-ticket fee is $5. Our state litigation tax fee is $13.75, and our city fees are $49. So, after all the fees are taken out, our court costs is $61.25. So this would just increase our fees by $20. This increase will help pay for the software that's currently been paid for by a grant that ended June 30th.
And then for clarity purposes, the state is automatically one phone
Yes.
there.
How
much are you going up?
On the municipal fee, they're going up by $1.
All right, okay, we heard everything's been properly been on the first reading for order number 1041. At this time, do I hear a motion on 1041?
I'll make a motion.
Motion, do I hear a second? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. That's all for discussion or question. Question, so your question, Bishop, was how much was it going up? Then, are there any other questions? Discussion on the first reading?
So just right here, so you said state is going up, it's just say it's currently at 130.
Correct. Yes.
That's our current cost, court cost, correct, $130.
Okay. How much is going to the state and the municipal at first, $1?
Correct.
Any other questions, concerns?
So you're saying we're raising, there's $1, so we got $19 left out there, and the $19 is gonna go to pay for software.
It's gonna help with the software processor.
And do we have a annual software cost? Or
The software
monthly?
cost prior to this was paid by grants.
Yeah,
So we have a breakdown of cost for, the software costs, if you would like that.
and why do you look for that?
And
I
I,
think these court costs are just outrageous. I mean, I think somebody gets caught speeding or, and the fine's $30. And then all of a sudden, everybody piles on these court costs and they can't pay them. And next thing you know, they get somebody knocking on the door, they're going to the county farm, and it's kind of like debtor's prison, and lose their license. And it's just really a huge money generating deal for a lot of people that can't afford to pay, and I know they speed, and I know whatever the court, whatever the situation may be, but I'm a little concerned about that.
maybe it's best food. Maybe it's best food.
Yeah, but I would like to think that stops you. So we do pay an annual cost, Mr. Shea.
Yes, we do.
You,
I don't have it broken down by monthly what they would be, but I can give you the cost of the software, but I don't have it broken down by me. But I can get that for you, give me it tomorrow. Give me a call, I'll get it for you, Angela.
Any other questions, concerns from the audience? Okay, we have a motion and a second. We have discussions. At this time, we call for a vote. All in favor, let it know by the sign of aye. Those opposed, nay.
yeah,
We do roll call vote. Alderman Pugh,
No.
Alderman Bishop,
no,
Alderman Flag,
Yes.
Alderman Taylor.
yes. Mayor Ross.
I always like to let y'all make the decision, then I just try to execute it. In the interest of what we have to do, I can't take, but I like to have some more information about the cost, but, at this time, I'll vote yes. All right, action item. We have a fire proposal. I know that there's been a lot of discussion around the fire proposal. The contracts have gone back and forth, and we have, had the opportunity to, make an offer, get a counter offer, make another offer, agree to mutual aid. We've done several things that we thought would work in terms of what we do. So we would, and then of course, the county made a decision in their last meeting after approval from the safety committee and approval from the, budget committee to do the 6 months after we had an offer for the 12 months on the table to do for $500,000 to do everything north of the county. This recommendation came from the fire department. We had several meetings going, the negotiations broke down, at that particular point, and so the county decided to make the move to remove the equipment and not to accept a 12-month offer but the offer was on the table 6 months. So to make everything in order of transparency for everybody here and for the board, for everybody involved, this is where we are, okay? So there'll be an opportunity for other comments later, but right now, I want to see what's the, I know it's an action item that will require a motion and a second. But the reason why is here to see, I want to see publicly how the alderman feel about this particular proposal. I know it's gone. It's something that's happened over last week, but it's something that was worth discussion in a public forum. And that's kind of where we are now, because a lot of people are like, how does this end up on the agenda? So that's where we are. So this is where we are. At this time, I want action item, the fire proposal that has been presented. The counter offer is what we have here since it was last week. So I want to see how we feel in terms of the board. So at this time, or to open up for discussion, I'd like to entertain a motion. Do we have a discussion on our action item?
Yeah, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we, extend our services from
city fire department to the county, to the north, everything north of I-40 is written in this proposal, with the exception of us paying for the lease and the insurance on the two pieces of equipment, the tanker and the pumper truck. And I feel like that's my motion. I'll tell you how I feel.
Have the county commissioner approved this?
No.
And we approve it, and the county commissioner did not approve it, where we be?
We'll still be in negotiation phase. We'll still be able to, I don't know, have some type of dialogue. I just want us to officially go on record. Because they said we're not a response involved, officially go on record and saying this and have an opportunity for us to discuss it and to take some action. So all officials may.
So they picked up their equipment, do they have to bring this equipment back?
It depends on what the county commission wants to do.
I mean, they cannot accept, if we were to pass this motion, they cannot accept this at all. I just, the reason I made the motion is, you know, at some point, I don't know how bad we're gonna break this thing before we fix it. You know, we just keep going down a path of, you know, ambulance, fire, Parks and Rec, where we going, animal shelter. You know, I mean, in my mind, the option would belong to the county, if we approve this motion. If they want to accept that, if they need help, I think it's a civil thing to do for our neighbors to.
Yeah, we have, there's a mutual aid agreement that it's not right, that's understood. If they need help, both Chief Feathers and both, Chief Sanders, both, we all agree, and with the surrounding counties, if someone needs some help, all you gotta do is call. I mean, that's understood. We're just trying to work out the details here. And 6 months, you know, I know it's a short period of time, but 12 months is what we had put on the table. But the counter offer was for the 6, so that's what we are.
Why they didn't want to give you the year?
They just felt more favorable to do a 6. Yes, that's a good question. Yeah, but right now we're still in the middle of, that's got a motion.
Yeah, so my motion stands
Do I have a
to
second?
accept that.
Miss Alderman Flag asked the question. Yeah, we got a second. You know, I know we're not following to whole protocol, this is a very unusual situation, and this is requires some discussion and some. Here we are. I just wanted to let it pass, but I at least have an opportunity to have it discussed.
You weren't on second.
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Okay, we move to second. Now, we already gone into discussion, but here we are. Now the time for discussion.
Ask the question, why is it they would give 6 months and wouldn't give a year, is Commissioner Green?
Why did the county give 6 months instead of 1 year? I'm not on public safety, there may be some other members of the commission that are, but as I understand it, that was the length of time to be able to look at, you know, the expansion, how it was working and what the gaps look like, and of course, what the finances look like. So then there was an agreement to come back and negotiate with Mayor Rawls and maybe Chief Sanders and Chief Feathers, and offer the 6 months for 250, which was half of what the original contract was of 500,000 for 1 year. And that's the part that I know I haven't been to the public safety meeting, but I think that is what was discussed in the budget meeting, and that's kind of where we are now. Those negotiations are definitely left on, I think Chairman Prince was tasked with coming back and working with the city to get some updated negotiations, and I guess Mayor Rawls, is that the updated negotiations?
That's why I received in writing. That's why I received in writing. So that's kind of where we are. It was just left hanging out there. So we were trying to find a way to bring some closure to it, whether we go up or down.
If this doesn't work, I think it's time out for paper. I think I'll get together and have a discussion and face each other and try to solve the
I
problem.
agree with that.
Because this has gone on long enough.
Absolutely.
So if they can't, I don't see no more paper.
And And it's really clear if they don't accept this, I mean, it's clear that the county's gonna have, I mean, they're set path and they set course to have the fire department, and I,
Yes.
you know, I'm not arguing with that, I don't think, I mean, that's probably, that's fine, I mean, whatever y'all wanna do, but, I just think it shows, I think the motion, shows that we're willing to help you through the gap. And, till you get your services right.
And to be clear, your motion states that you're okay with the time and the amount of contract, it's just with the exception of the lease of equipment.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get in, I'm not blindly fixing to say we're gonna pay for the lease and all of a sudden somebody says the lease on the equipment's $150,000 a year for 6 months, you know, or I'm not gonna do that. So, I mean, I don't know, the city attorney may need to weigh in on this, but I don't know if we can give you the discretion for up to a certain amount, you know, so we don't have to come back in front of this body to approve it or disapprove it again. You know, if it's $1 lease and it's the same equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, no big deal there. I don't think we need to be involved with that.
Yeah, I think, so I talked to, Commissioner Prince today, and what he told me was that the lease agreement was basically a formality for insurance purposes, and it would be like $1 a year, but we would need something in writing for the county's insurance company to cover like property damage, you know, to a vehicle if it was wrecked or something. So I think if you wanna put a not to exceed amount of whatever amount you want on there, you know, that would be better, clearer guidance for the county when it goes back in front of the county commission. So.
So do we have any idea what the insurance cost on the pumper truck and a tanker? And then, I mean, the liability, if they were to get into an accident or something?
No, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
I know it's not public comment, but if I may, Mayor,
Well, we've got a wide open discussion, yes.
the county should be able to give that through the pool. They should be able to tell you what the liability coverage is on each fire truck, the tanker and all that. They should be able to spell that out where you know what you're getting. That was gonna be one of my comments, in the public session, is that there are some unknowns. The lease was one of them. The insurance, they should be able to tell you what those costs are gonna be if they're actually need to incur.
Yeah.
We're out of line. We're not way out,
But, well, I think.
but it's raw.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But I won't be recognized for a talk.
Yeah, yes, sir, all of them.
So our county attorney, I mean, city attorney, excuse me, you don't look like Sarah Levy. So do we know how we currently do it? Or are they under our insurance or is the county paying that insurance? Up until 2 weeks ago or a week ago,
County was paying it.
the county was paying. it. So why are we, I mean, that's been that way for quite some time. Why would we change that now?
Where's my lips?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my motion still stands to pay for 6 months for $250,000. The county can pay the insurance and the lease.
Okay,
Commissioner, may I say something?
yes, ma'am.
Commissioner, you made the motion for that. Are you gonna have the attorney put it in writing and give it to them, present it at next board meeting? In
I
writing.
figure all that out, that's fine, yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
All right, there's a motion on the table and it's been properly seconded. Any more discussion? We've opened, we have a public comment period later, but we've got involved in the public here tonight, so we're at a point where this is hopefully we have some type of closure conclusion to this. I thought maybe we can. I'm just hoping that we can. I don't know which way we're going, which direction, but this is turning to more than we are. So, all right. So at this time, we have a motion and a second Alderman Bishop, motion to accept the 6 months, is that correct?
Correct.
250,
Correct.
with the exception of lease of equipment and insurance,
Correct. And the area specified, north of 40.
in order for.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
well said.
All right, so this time we'll call for the vote. All those in favor, let it know by the sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. Or do we need a roll call vote?
Yes.
All right. Alderman Pugh,
Yes.
Alderman Bishop,
Yes.
Alderman Flagg,
Yes.
Alderman Taylor.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. All right. Today roll call vote, there it is. All right. Next item we have is the IGP report. That was painful. Next, we have, the IGP board appointments. Of course, these appointments come from the mayor's office for, in July, and we're filling the unexpired term. That we just reappointed the same people. It'll be Mr. Joe Barton, Shavonda Green, Mr. Aubrey Bond, who've been serving on the board. This is a 6-year appointment. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the appointments that I've recommended for the IB board. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions, concerns? Okay. Hearing none, let's call for the vote. All in favor, let it know by the sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. Okay. Community development report.
Are there any questions, concerns about the community development report? I did get some good news today regarding Anderson Avenue. The request for construction funds and bid advertisement has been submitted to the TDOT local programs. Once that is approved and the notice to proceed for construction is received, we'll start advertising for bidding. So we should know within 2 weeks, get a notice to proceed within, hopefully before the end of this meeting. And as soon as I get it, it's going straight to the newspaper.
All right. Financial management report.
Any questions or concerns about the finances for general? Please keep in mind, we have not closed out the month of June yet, nor the year from next fiscal year. Any questions?
No question. Move we adopt financial manager's report.
Thank you.
Hear a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Been moved by second, all in favor, let it know by the sign of aye. Those opposed, nay. Okay, mayor's report. There's just a couple highlights with United, attended the United Ways, West Tennessee Celebration Breakfast. This was a really good way out of community service award. Miss Emma, was a representative of nonprofits. So congratulations to her, the work she's done with visions was recognized. The Casey's check presentation, they did a presentation with Hayward High School, and made a donation when the ribbon cutting ceremony. And of course, attended the big Bosque government plugged in the TCAT with SK, in Stanton, Tennessee. So just a brief highlights. Okay, next we have Alderman reports. Alderman Pugh,
No.
Alderman Bishop,
No report.
Alderwoman Flagg.
I have a report from the utility department. The TVA bill for May is $1,162,164.89. For June, it was $1,542,263.49. Beginning July 1, the average resident electric bill decreased approximately 682.065, which is the TVA bill cost. And the cities are having their back to school bash on the 24th of this month, July, at 5:30 at College Hill. So we're looking for a grant.
That's good. Yeah, you said college at Hayward High School.
We've been so many different places. All over Hayward County, so we're middle of the high school. We're grown, which is that to me, that's wonderful. We're grown that much. We started off in park and recreation. We've been to the Ham, New Damon, we've been to College Hill. So that's, to me, that's a plus. But anyway, we have some jumpers in the school are chiming in with us this year. And we thought we had some problems, but our assistant chief came out there and solved all my problems this afternoon. He didn't take them. So we'll be out there on the 24th, and I appreciate all the donations that y'all have given us and continue to send the donations. If you still want to donate something, just bring it to the hall, bring it to the city hall, and they will put it up from there and I'll get it. And we're gonna stuff them on the 19th, so if you want to come and have stuff, backpacks, you may do so on the 19th.
19th at the high school.
Yes, sir, at the high school, so around 9 o'clock in the morning. So we can look at music, got all type of entertainment, the jumpers, food, just whatever the child wants. And each school will have a campsite set up, and that, it's gonna be different this year. If you go to east side, you go to that east side camp to get your basket. If you go to Hayward High, you go to that campsite to get your basket. And we are treating the little Head Start children. They all get the coloring book and chalk and the Russell's Dumb is giving like your child a Head Start. And then wear their little white shirts, and y'all come and support those little children. But every year we try to add a little something to it. So come and support the children.
Okay, all in favor?
No report.
All right, any departmental reports? Okay, hearing none, since there was a motion earlier to move the public comment period to, then anything on tonight's agenda? We're now, 2 minutes, please. Anybody have any comments about anything on tonight's agenda?
I rise to speak and tell you all that we, as the city of Brownsville, appreciate the due diligence that you all have placed toward the fire and the ambulance service. It does not go unnoticed. The hard questions that you guys are asking and what we expect you guys to do, y'all are doing that. And so I want to let you guys know that we appreciate that, even the due diligence here tonight. It shows the commitment to the citizens of the city as well as those in the county. And I do not want it to go unnoticed that we pay attention to what you guys do. And it is appreciated, the diligence that you guys have approached it from a very open perspective and without a hard fist, as we've seen in some of the negotiations that have happened. And I've been watching it for the last several months, and you guys have just been true professionals throughout this entire process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Are there any other comments about anything on tonight's agenda? Okay. Hearing none, we'll close out the public comments, and then time we'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Or your motion,
Go back.
and a second.
Second.
All right, we'll move this, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Get up and go home.